Welcome to today's tour of world history through art. We will be exploring the National Gallery of Art West Building in downtown Washington, D.C. Toward the Middle Ages, the 5th through 15th centuries, a deadly disease carried by rats from Asia, known as the Black Death or Plague, had just killed 100 to 125 million Europeans from 1347 to 1400. During this time period, religion and the Catholic Church dominated all life for a largely literate peasant population, including ideas on science and influences on art. Think witches, vampires, and werewolves. Oh my. Now it's time for some tour questions. First question: what is a century? If you said a time period spanning of 100 years, good job. Next question: when was the 15th century? If you said from the years of 1401 to 1500, you're definitely on the right track. Always think of -1 in order to get the years. Next is the Renaissance time period from the 14th to 17th century, where you see an explosion of artistic talents from the likes of greats such as Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. All of these great starving artists are supported by the greatest of all Renaissance patrons, ruler, and banker, Lorenzo de' Medici. Let's move a little later into the 17th century. We're going to go to England, where we're going to have a glorious new revolution that will not only end Catholics on the throne, but also absolute monarchy in Britain. This time period will be followed by a period known as the Enlightenment during the 18th century. These new enlightened ideas will lead to the rise of our figure in the next painting. At the same time, these new enlightened ideas will see the rise of a young general to emperor. Napoleon would not only take a whole continent by storm, but influence people an ocean away to fight for freedom. Time for another tour question. What time period did Napoleon's final defeat end? If you said the French Revolution, you'd be spot on. Good job. The 18th and 19th century ushered in several revolutions, the most dramatic being the Industrial Revolution that flourished in England while Napoleon was conquering the European continent. Factories, cities, movement, imperialism, railroads, money, and art all solidified this as a major time period in world history. So next time you type into your cell phone and you Google something around the world, or you catch your Uber, remember that the technology behind it all started 300 years ago. That is a brief tour of world history through the National Gallery of Art.